Hi, I'm Tina Polish, your functional health coach, here to talk with you today about the importance of getting out of the moldy exposure now. When I first understood that it was indeed mold illness, I had already been testing myself or treating myself for it, but wasn't out of the moldy environment. I was always exhausted, couldn't think, couldn't learn new information well. I was extremely weak. I couldn't remember anything, past or present. Was confused a lot, couldn't focus, had muscle cramping and joint pain, coughed a lot, shortness of breath, always had constipation with bouts of diarrhea occasionally, excessive thirst even after drinking much water, couldn't regulate my body temperature, was having to pee almost constantly, couldn't see well where there wasn't an extreme contrast, had a lot of pain around my body, my eyes teared all the time, but they felt dry also, and couldn't even stay still, much less sleep at night. And if that wasn't enough, everything I touched shocked me with hard jolts of static electricity. My husband and I went to Glacier Park to go camping for a week, and I found that most of those symptoms were alleviated within a day of camping outside. That taught me that it was indeed mold illness and that I must get out of the moldy environment to get well. We had already moved out of a moldy house and a moldy trailer, and now we needed to get out of the mold trailer that we were living in. I realized then also that our possessions may be a big part of the problem. So we got away from everything but our clothes, including the multi-layer clothes. And I washed everything. I washed all the clothing multiple times in borax and laundry soap. And we embarked on building our tiny house and getting everything new. I tell you this because you need to know that you must take care if you want to get better, to get out of the moldy environment. You must find a safe place that is clean of mold to get well. And I know this is not an easy task when you're sick and so much mold is in buildings. Also, when you leave, you need to decontaminate. Shower, wash your hair as it's a big source to hold toxins, and change into clean, no mold clothes. All of this needs to be done in a non-moldy environment, and clean clothes not washed and dried in a machine or environment that has mold. It is your in-between place to be sure the living quarters you're going to remains clean and free of mold contamination. Don't even bring computers from the contaminated area or books. Get and stay as clean as possible, especially in your sleep zone. When we sleep is when our bodies detox. The liver does most of its cleaning and rebuilding between 2 and 3 a.m. Ever wake up around that time? Nighttime is also when our brains clean out if we are sleeping deep enough. So make sure this area is extremely clean. It's best, of course, to get an ERMI test done wherever you need to go and to plan ahead. If you can't do an ERMI test for whatever reason, Home Depot and possibly other places have a cheap Petri dish test that you can get to do. Please, if you want to get well, move to a safe, clean location with a clean and safe decontamination zone between. You can't get well in the environment that made you sick. And don't forget about the possessions that may be harboring mold or mycotoxins. If you're interested in knowing for sure if you're sick from mold, test, don't guess. Let me partner with you to test for sure and help you take strategic action to restore your health so that you can enjoy the life you live. Please click on the link to book a call with me to see if we can work together. Have an abundantly healthful day. Thanks. Bye.